Welcome back everyone. We're going to be hitting on the top 5 reasons why you should buy the iPhone XS Max in 2020. Now this is one of my favorite phones, and for some reason, I don't know why, every time I pick up my XS Max, I just want to randomly switch to it, which I don't really know why. I use the 11 Pro, but I think it's something to do with the size, man. That's probably the number one main reason why I like this phone and why I would recommend people to pick it up would definitely be the size. Now, you either hate it or love it, you know what I mean? And for me personally, I've always liked a bigger phone, but I don't know, for a day-to-day basis, my hands are kind of small, and I know you guys are gonna make fun of me about it, but when I'm using a day-by-day thing, I would rather use a smaller phone when I'm walking around and going places, but I'd rather use a bigger phone when I'm chilling at my house or something like that, and I don't want to use two phones, so better safe than sorry. But with this iPhone XS Max, the size is definitely one of my favorite things about it. It's very big in the hands, and you have a huge screen. You can see so much more in a way, and it looks really, really good at the end of the day when it's just in your hands, and it's still a good looking phone too, which I'll get into in a second, but the size is probably one of the main things I would definitely hit on in this device for sure. Now the second thing would definitely be the price tag. When this thing came out, it was over $1,000, which is an insane amount to pay for a phone. But even at that point, a lot of people were, they weren't really even hating on the iPhone XS Max that much. They were really hitting on the iPhone XR at the time, including me, and I do apologize. But the price tag of this phone when it first came out was pretty expensive, but now not so much, I mean, it's still pretty expensive, but you can pick one up on Amazon, I think, for less than $600, which is an extremely good price to pay for a phone like this. I mean, this phone is still quality. It's, still capable of doing basically everything you're going to throw at it. And I even compared it to my iPhone 11s, my iPhone SE2s, a ton of different iPhones, and I would rather pay, $100 or $200 more for a XS Max than a brand new iPhone SE2 if I'm being completely honest. So when it comes down to the price tag of this thing, that's still a humongous plus for this phone for sure. And if you want to pick one up, I'll definitely find the cheapest one on Amazon and link it down below for you guys so you can get it from there and help support the channel at the same time. Now, obviously the performance is still top tier. Like I just stated, I compared it to all those other iPhones and even phones in general, and every time I tested it, every time I did anything, the speed, the performance, everything is still top tier. If I wasn't comparing them side by side to the newer iPhones, I probably would not be able to tell you the differences between them. They're extremely good performing phones. I'm really, kind of hyped up for the iPhone 12 series coming out. Hopefully their performance, gets a humongous speed increase, which we really don't need it, but I mean, obviously it's going to bring it. Every time I loaded an app, extreme multitasking, playing heavy intensive games, it handles everything, and you really don't need the latest and greatest iPhone to get, the latest and greatest performance. This phone is still completely good at performing, and I'll definitely tell you, the performance, if you're picking up this phone, you're not going to feel like you have a slow or outdated phone or anything like that at all if you pick up this phone for sure. So the performance is still top tier. Now I combined two things together to make the fourth reason, so it's ended up going to be over 5 reasons, but the build quality is still so good and the screen is still so good. So the build quality, obviously you have the stainless steel feeling phone. You have glass on the back, which still feels extremely premium. You slide your fingers on it. Now mine does have a cracked back, so I had to put a skin over it. But even at that, you feel it in your hands and it doesn't feel like a cheap phone. It feels like you're holding a huge slab of something. And I don't know why the Pro series, the Max series have always felt more premium to me than the cheaper models. And I've always felt this way about even the Plus models of phones. I don't know why. They're built exactly the same, but it's just something about it. I don't know why. But the screen is still amazing as well. You can go, do whatever you want to with it. It's an AMOLED screen. It's an OLED display as well, which looks extremely good on this phone. So for sure, the build quality and the screen are two things that are amazing on this phone. Now I combined 3 things for the last reason, so I don't even know what point we're at now. But this phone's software updates, this thing is going to be getting software support for a very long time. You can pick up this phone now and it's going to last you for many, many more years. It's going to be getting iOS 14, iOS 15, iOS 16 maybe, and maybe iOS 17, probably not 17, but at least going up to iOS 16, which is very impressive for a phone like this. So for sure, software updates, you can pick up this phone now and still feel like you have a perfectly capable phone even, year or two from now, which is pretty crazy. Now you still have great cameras on this thing too, a dual camera setup on the back, which is extremely awesome. And you can go and use that, main lens, the wide angle lens, and you can zoom in with that telephoto lens as well. And, it would have been cool if it had an extra sensor, but even this phone having dual camera setups is perfectly fine for 2020, even probably 2021 to be honest. So for sure, at the end of the day, the camera quality on this thing is very good in my opinion. And also, I should have probably put this with the build quality, but this phone still has IP certification as well, so you can easily go and dip this thing in water if you want to, or if you spill water on it by accident. For the most part, it should be able to handle it. I think it can go up to 1 meter or 2 meters of water for 30 minutes or something like that, and even at that point, it's perfectly fine. I would not recommend, taking showers with it every day or anything like that, but if you need to, if you accidentally get some water on it, it's durable for the most part, which is very, very cool. So those are some reasons why I would recommend picking up an iPhone XS Max in 2020. Again, if you want to pick it up, links are down below, but that's really pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section as well. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys can hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel, all those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate if you guys would check it out. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.